Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Robert.
Evelyn.
Evelyn, it's nice to meet you, Evelyn. Thank you for coming in today. That's very good. Uh, I'd just like to inform you that everything we can say here will be confidential, and although I am a required reporter, if you mention that you are intending to harm yourself or someone else, that I may and probably will have to report that to someone, and I may jot down a few notes here just for my own use, and possibly, with your permission, of course, with my supervisor, not by name, but just over whatever case I may have, just for possible advice for future sessions. We're going to try to keep the session today 20 minutes or so, but in future sessions it may be 45 minutes or longer, depending on what you need to handle what we're doing and to implement solutions. Do you have any questions or concerns about the session today? Or
No, I think you covered all.
okay, thank you. So today I'd like to ask you what seems to be the problem. What's up? What do you need to talk about today? What?
Well, I am currently, since I was 16, I've been working in the restaurant business,
Okay.
and I currently am a server at Olive Garden, and I am 21 now, and I'm pursuing my degree, and I'm just kind of impatient. Like, I want to get into my actual job that I'll be doing, and I really am kind of burnt out on the whole restaurant business. So I don't really know if I need to start looking for another job or if I should just quit altogether. Like my husband and I don't really need the money, but it's nice because Christmas money or paying off things early. It's been nice, and it gives me something to do other than just school.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of I come home unhappy all the time.
Okay. So let's go back to feeling you might be burnt out about the restaurant business. Could you go into more specifics about what's been burning you out, maybe? Just
Well, I mean, I started when I was 16, so I've pretty much done almost every job in a restaurant except for line cook. And I mean, I love meeting new people and all that kind of stuff, but like it's just kind of, it burns you out, and like it's very busy. So like you're either not busy at all and you make very little money, or you're super busy and you make okay money. And like it's kind of hard, especially for my husband and I, to like plan out finances, because one week I'll make like $100, the next week I'll make like $400, and it's just, it goes back and forth. So that's kind of stressful on us, just because I can't tell him how much we're gonna have next week because I haven't worked yet.
Right.
I do love people and I love meeting new people, but like especially when we're busy, there's a lot of high tension, and people can get very angry with people very easily, and emotions are always hurt, and you're just kind of, I just try to step back and avoid it at all possible. And I don't know, I think I'm anxious and I'm ready to just be done with this like middle, like I feel like I call it like a middle job between my job and then like I'm getting my degree, and I actually want to be in my degree field.
Right.
And I've been in school for so long, and I just kind of want to start working, and so that kind of puts a negative outlook on when I go to work. Like I'm like, I don't want to be here because I want to be doing something else.
Okay.
So that's kind of.
Okay, so you want to be doing something else. Is there anything in the meantime that you've thought about, or are there? You mentioned earlier about like looking for other jobs in the meantime. Is there anything available in that sector that you've been considering, or?
There is a girl in my class who mentioned that there was a job opening at the place she works, and she works at a mental health hospital. So I wouldn't be a social worker, and I wouldn't be necessarily doing the job as a social worker, but I'd be working with social workers.
Okay.
And doing some casework and stuff like that. And so I feel like that, it kind of interested me, and I would really like to do it. It is a night shift, so I would have to try to figure out how that would work with my going to school during the day and then working at night. When would I sleep in there?
That's important.
Yeah. So my husband and I have been talking about that, and he's been really encouraging me just to put an application in and just see what happens, just because he just sees how unhappy I am with the restaurant business. And it's so weird because like he's like, I can switch to nights too, so we'd be on the same schedule.
Okay.
And then like with restaurant, either I'm working during the day when he's at work, which is great, or I work at night when he's home, and then we never see each other.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just kind of, I guess what works better with our schedule.
Okay.
But like, and while I would love to just jump in, part of me is just like, am I ready? I don't know.
Yeah. So your husband and your life together is very important to you, and that's very good. And he's offered to do his own part to help you out and accommodate your schedule. And that's very good. That's very good to have a support system like that. That's definitely a very good asset that you have there. You mentioned that you are questioning whether you're ready to jump in like that. Could you maybe elaborate a little bit more on what about it that seems so daunting, perhaps, or?
I have been in the restaurant business so long, and it's very easy. Like, yes, you learn new things that each restaurant wants you to do, but it's pretty much the same. So I feel like I'm very comfortable there, even though I don't like it necessarily.
Okay.
So always starting something new, there's always that kind of like, if I apply for this job, like I wouldn't even know what I'm doing. Like I feel kind of underqualified because I've never had a job like that before.
Okay.
So I guess it's just the newness of it, and then just like almost like kind of not. I kind of feel like I'm not ready because I don't have the degree yet. Even though I'd be working on the job that doesn't require the degree.
Right.
It's just like.
Okay. Okay, so that all sounds. It's very understandable why it'd be new and uncomfortable, but you're pursuing a degree in social work, right? So you are always going to be going into a new, different field from the restaurant business anyway. So it sounds like you on some level are already trying to prepare for moving past it. So that'll help equip you better for that. So I'm going to ask you interesting, possibly very strange question. Imagine during the night a miracle happened and all of your problem just suddenly disappeared, and it happened during the night and you had no idea, or possibly during the day if you changed your sleeping schedule. When you woke up and you didn't know what happened, but all of a sudden, instantly, the problem was gone. What do you think that would look like for you?
Well, I would be done with my degree and working in the social work field and no longer in the restaurant business.
Yeah, pretty good.
Which would be really nice. I know. That's going to be a little ways off. Maybe working through my master's program. I just no longer. Work, like, and it's not the people. It's just the fact that maybe I've been there for so long, or I'm just impatient to get to the next stage, I guess. And my husband is too. He's like, I don't want you working in the restaurant business because I've worked so long in it. So I guess for me, it would look different in the sense that I guess the big thing would be I would no longer be in the restaurant business. I would be doing something that I really think would further me in my career.
Okay. So has there ever been any moment in the past of your career and your life where you can think of that has been most similar to what you described, where you've been able to do some other small thing for living that?
When we first got here, I didn't have a job, but I volunteered.
Okay.
So I volunteered with this mentoring program for young girls. I volunteered at our local church. I did a bunch of volunteer work. So even though I wasn't getting paid for it, I loved it because like I felt like I was kind of doing, like I was listening to a lot of these girls, and even though it wasn't exactly like the social work field, it was a lot similar to it. And I wasn't in the restaurant business, but it was just kind of hard. Like I wanted to get a job, and the only jobs that would hire me were restaurants. Because that's the only thing I have experience in. So it's just kind of like, and I don't have a degree yet. So like it was either like you have to have a degree or restaurant. And I'm just like, so I honestly thought I would be happy with it because I knew the restaurant business. I knew how to work it and all that kind of stuff. But I just noticed that, and it's been a slow progression. Like the last restaurant I worked at, I started kind of noticing it towards the end that I was just kind of done. But the working here, I've noticed that as the months have gone by, that I'm willing to do anything like trade shifts or not go to work or, because like I really just don't want to be there anymore. And it's not the restaurant; it's just like I'm done.
That's. But you did have something else you could do that felt better, and so the fact that you have other plans and avenues along those lines, that definitely seems to me at least to be a good step in the right direction to being done with the restaurant business. So say on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is nothing is going to change, 10 is I'm going to be a doctor of social work, taking lots of starving orphans and helping make the world a perfect place now. How do you see being able to do that from this point forward, based on what you've talked about and thought about today?
Well, I would say it's gonna happen. So I'd probably do an 8 because I don't know about doctorate yet. But I am in the degree program. I will be graduating. It's just from now until then, I would really like to do something else. So finding something else right now, I would only say is probably closer to a 7.
Okay.
Just because there is that place I want to put my application into. I also am a kind of logical person, and I might not get it because I have no experience. So why would they give me the job? So hoping that I get that job. So if I got that job, I'd put my 2 weeks notice in and start working there.
Okay.
And my husband and I even have talked about my last year of my senior year. We have to do this internship and stuff of me just not working because it'd be like I'd be working during the day, and then so talking about that because I think that would be great, even though I wouldn't be getting paid. We're just preparing for that time because my husband's like, I want you to put 100% into your schoolwork. And so if you don't need to work your senior year, then you're not going to work your senior year. So right now it's mostly just like I'm just trying to get to next fall where maybe I won't have to work and I can just do social work, and it would be great. So I think I could put my application in. I would say that would be about a 7, just on my confidence on getting the job.
Well, that's good. I'm very glad to hear that. You've got a plan. You've got your goals in order. You have an intention, and you have this other job that you've got an application for. So that sounds perfect so far. So we'll check back next week, perhaps, as you can schedule with the receptionists outside, and we'll see how much progress that may have been made in that direction, and if necessary, if something hasn't worked out in that way, then we'll try to figure something out. But I'd like to thank you for coming in today, and I hope that with this we'll be able to do more with your problem, and get everything accomplished, so you can say already done it all, and at a 10.